Thank you and good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Moorhead Sports Center. Tonight we've got high school hockey featuring two of the top 20 teams of the state of Minnesota as the Moorhead Spuds host Benilde-St. Margaret. And over the years, Rob Grammer, we take a look at this matchup. It's something that's been in the works for a long time, and we've always enjoyed the competition between the two teams.
Yeah, the Red Knights always come up with a fast skating team. That's going to be a hallmark of a Benilde team, is how well they skate, and the skill level will be high as well. And looking forward to another good matchup between the Red Knights and the Spuds.
Take a look at similar scheduling too. Moorhead always talks about the strength of schedule. Well, Benilde is right in there with it.
Well, by proximity, I don't think they have a choice. They're right in the middle of all of it, right there in St. Louis Park, next to Edina and Wayzata and Minnetonka, and that's the section they play in. So a lot of similar comparable scores between the Spuds and the Knights this year, and all it tells us is not a lot. They've been beating and losing to the same teams, and I expect a really good one here tonight.
We are underway as the draw comes back to Moorhead, and it's gathered in. Garrett Lindberg turns and sends it up ice for Joe Corton. We are underway from Moorhead Sports Center as it rolls back along the near side and dished out. It comes all the way out to center before it's picked up by Joe Corton, and the Spuds regain possession. Stick handling his way, but losing control of the puck all the way down. Aaron Ryerson forced to chase it behind his own net before it comes back near side. Collision along the boards. Puck pops free, rolls out on top. Here's the turn on the shot, but nothing on it. It slipped on. He slipped down just as he was unloading, and here comes Moorhead on the return. Across the mid-ice line and to the near side, just missing and connecting and offside the call to stop play.
Well, I really like the pace to start the game. It's up and down the ice quick, and as you mentioned, the Red Knights are going to be known for their skating, so we can expect that kind of pace, and nice to see the Spuds matching it early.
Benilde coming in with 7 wins and 4 losses in 11 games played. The Spuds are 6-5. Very many of the same teams that both teams have played throughout this early part of the season. And of course, by now they're starting to build up for what might be a stretch run. As it's deflected away, a whistle with an arm going up, and we'll stop play. And we got our first penalty. It came early.
Well, it's aggressive play, like what you like to see early on. The Spuds Parker Gas going in hard on one of the Red Knights, their leading scorer, and one of their top players, Drew Stewart. He wanted to make sure he didn't let him get going up the ice, and he got in, leaned in on him, and the official didn't like the way he did it.
Benilde averages 4 goals per game, and on the power play at 31%, that's a good percentage. Play goes out to the far side, and as they draw it out to the far boards, Benilde-St. Margaret tosses it into the far corner. Stick handling there, and then the pass comes way up on top, and it bounces off a skate, got away from Baird, and it rolls all the way back into their own end, and Benilde will settle in from there. Here's the turn and the look-up ice. A rink-wide pass deflected off to the far side and back out to center. Good job of forechecking by the Spuds to force play back out to center and eventually all the way back up ice. A quick return near side for Ryan Baird. He tosses it down to the corner. It rims around all the way to the far side. Spuds come in and tap it out of the zone. We've got a race for the loose puck, and it's Spuds all the way in. Walking his way down low, going to the backhand, but he got pushed out of the way. Caleb Alderson had a chance. Spuds now skating shorthanded as things even up now in the deep corner as Baird takes control from behind the net, drops it there, and here come the Red Knights. Just underway, still a minute remaining on the Moorhead penalty as the long toss from Drew Stewart, who is the leading scorer for Benilde-St. Margaret. Tossed it down behind the net as they look for a wraparound try. It's deflected off the far boards. Picked up in the corner. Stick handling his way through it, tossing it into trouble, and it's picked off by Joe Corton, who turns it around and sends it all the way up ice. 43 seconds remaining on the Parker Gas penalty for Moorhead. And the long play comes up, set all the way down to the near corner. Benilde making a change as the puck rolls out of the zone and all the way up and through center ice. Down low, picking away at it. It comes loose to the corner. And then finally, Aaron Ryerson comes up with it. He kicks it off to the far side. He's got his stick somewhere down there. It is on the ice. I don't see it, but I know it's got to be there somewhere. He's picking up a new one now as he slides by. And play will continue on. Walking his way in, and it's stolen away. Dalton Songstad picked his pocket, and it comes loose. Moorhead is at full strength. They've worked off the penalty. And their penalty kill, very good. 87% has just been improved.
Well, that was a really nice kill by the Spuds. Interesting note, Larry. Very uniquely, the Red Knights on their top power play unit had 5 forwards out there, and on the point running was a freshman forward running the point. And you saw the Spuds Alderson get loose on a break in a net. Interesting to see. Sometimes when you get forwards back on the point, that kind of stuff can happen. So we'll see if that has any impact on the game later on.
Teams are at full strike, though, as a faceoff will be to the far side of Kai Weigel. And it's a slow draw on the play. Spuds are able to catch up to it and toss it ahead. All the way down to the corner. Parker Gass just back on the ice, chases it to the corner, and leaves it there, brought back by Ian Ness. Along the near wall, tucked away, but then recovered. Here's the walk up by Garrett Lindberg. Dishes it down to the far corner, brought back now along, and sent off to the far side. So far, no scoring chances really by either team as the play continues off to the far side by the Red Knights. Here's a nice pass out in front, but the deflection went up and over the top of Weigel. Play continues now off behind the net, and it's tossed away by Weigel, who reached into the mix and tapped it free. Off to the far side, a battle for the loose puck continues on before it's tapped out to center ice. 13:28 to go. We're in the opening period of play from Moorhead Sports Center between two highly ranked teams in the state of Minnesota, year in and year out. The play comes near side. On the walk through comes Brooks Cullen. Had his pocket picked just as he reached back for it, and it comes rolling out to center ice. Meanwhile, Benilde is making a line change as the puck comes way down in, and Mason Miner collects it and sends it off rink wide. It's returned to Miner on the near side, who tosses it in deep, and it bounces all the way around to the far corner. From behind the net, Cam Kirshner. To the far side, it's dished out to the point. The return to Kirshner down deep in the corner, then picked up by Cole Bumgarner. Bumgarner takes a look at it and had it deflected away. Spuds reach in and pull it free as they rotate their way out to center ice. A nice play by Brooks Cullen to take control and send it near side all the way to the corner. And from there, blocked away and pulled in by Bumgarner of Benilde-St. Margaret, then taken back. Spud's line went up on top, and it's deflected away just as Joe Corton was making his move in. It got deflected away. Back out to center ice, 12:16 to go in the opening period. At the blue line, here's the walk-in by Mason Stenger. Again, the Red Knights making their change as the play comes near side and out to center. The Spuds on the attack come near side. Aaron Ryerson got bumped off the play, and it rolls down behind the net before being sent out. And the Spuds are there to put some pressure on the play. Joe Corton tapped it free, and the Spuds putting a stick on it once again. It rolls into the near side. And as the play is touched up, a delayed whistle on the play. Some of the players didn't realize that was about to happen, and they were skating on and nobody else was aware.
You had that odd situation where there's a delayed whistle on a high stick. Neither player was going to play the puck because, of course, if the Red Knights played, the faceoff ends up in their end. And the Spuds have no reason to take a chance in their zone, so they're waiting to play it. And then the official's going to blow the whistle, but Ryerson comes in and chips it on like he's going to take it now. Kind of like on a punt when they're all looking at it, and then the guy decides to pick it up and go. It's kind of like that.
So the faceoff does end up in the Red Knight zone. Moorhead sends Caleb Alderson into the draw, and it puts it to the corner where it's picked up by Mason Stenger of the Red Knights. To the far side, it's played, pounded hard off the boards and all the way down. And that stops play. 11:31 to go. You mentioned early on, and I guess I'm going to agree with you here, nice pace to this one.
Yeah, good skating teams up and down the ice, and they both look like they got a little jump tonight.
That's a key word, because I was looking for a way to say maybe that there's a little extra energy in their hits and in their checks. A little extra jump.
The jump and jam.
At center, Caleb Alderson. And then the Red Knights are waved out as Drew Stewart will take his place on the wing. And it is thrown out in front, and here comes Benilde-St. Margaret. Quick pass ahead, deflected down. Moorhead takes it back in their own end, sending it off to the far side. Long, hard pass, but nice recovery by Caleb Alderson to keep it under control, and then the toss ahead. Moorhead will have a chance now to make a line change as the play goes off to the far side where it's popped up into the air. Here's the walk-in, and again, the Red Knights are there defensively to force the play back out to center. Alderson turns it around and sends it down deep into the corner. He heads off. Play back now to the near side by Benilde-St. Margaret. Long pass out, and it's right on the stick, but then it got away. And from there, Kai Weigel comes out. He's not afraid to step away from the crease and put a stick on the puck. And here's a long shot sent in by Brooks Cullen, but it's wide of the mark. Deflected down deep into the corner. Moorhead had a moment of indecision. Here's the play, and a nice deflected away. Spuds just about gave up a shot on goal, and we're still looking. Well, there is one shot on goal already, that by Benilde-St. Margaret. And it comes all the way back to the near side. Played along the wall. Down deep, here's the walk-in, trying to power one in. Scramble for it there, and they count the goal. And the Red Knights keep pounding away at it. They missed the first time. The second one bounced off Kai Weigel and bounced in.
Yeah, it was a really strong power move below the goal line by one of the Benilde forwards. I think it was Koski who grabbed the puck, and he came right to the front of the net. And as Weigel kind of pushed off to go with him across the crease, the puck laid right between his skate and the post, and very alertly, Ristow charged into the net as there was kind of a scrum, and Kai was down, and other players were tied up, and he just jammed it in right off the pipe.
1-0 Benilde-St. Margaret. Well, they've got a discussion along the far side. I guess John Ammerman felt things maybe should have been decided differently.
Well, we saw enough of that in the World Junior Tournament recently with the U.S. getting a couple of goals waved off, and it looked like possibly one of those situations, but refs saw it otherwise.
6:52, 6:49 rather, the time of the goal. And it's 1-0 Benilde-St. Margaret as they powered that one in. The Spuds come right back up. Benilde is averaging 4 goals scored per game, giving up an average of 3. Spuds are lower scoring than that. Play off to the far side. Loose puck picked up by Colin Baumgartner. Rolls it around off to the far side. It comes all the way back up ice. Moorhead trying to put on some pressure. Here's the scoring announcement. Michael Ristow gets the goal. And for Ristow, his 8th goal of the season.
And they announced it as unassisted, and really, I believe if they go back and look at it, whichever one of the Red Knights who came out of the corner and took that puck to the net should probably pick up an assist, but regardless,
we'll let them worry.
We'll
let them worry about that. Here's the play, and during that little flurry on Weigel, 3 more shots went up on the scoreboard. So it's a 4-0 shots on goal advantage and a 1-0 score advantage for Benilde. As the Red Knights trace it down, it comes out in a good sprint up ice. Turn around quickly by Baumgartner, and he throws it back near side and out of the corner. Rolls all the way off to the far side, a chase for it there. Bounced away to the point, long shot sent on, steered away by Weigel. Back out it comes near side, and another shot in on Weigel. I think that Benilde has found their skating legs here midway through the first period. On its way up, Parker Gass taps it ahead. Chased down by Caleb Alderson. As they scramble for it, trying to work their way out to the point. It's deflected away somebody, and that is the Red Knights. Maceo Phillips lost his stick on his way out of the zone. And on his way to retrieve it, we've got to stop and play. And another Spud penalty.
Yeah, an unfortunate penalty. Good, strong forecheck, competing for the puck, Caleb Alderson. And as he started to back check that Red Knight player, he kind of swung in to try to swat the puck free, but he just caught him on the stick right in the right spot. The stick fell out of his hand, and that's usually going to result in a slashing penalty.
And so with that call, the Spuds once again find themselves down a man. As Joe Corton stands in on the faceoff, and the play comes all the way up ice, and that has to be steered away by McElroy. And stop play now with, our play is resumed rather now with 8:15 to go. 1-0 Benilde-St. Margaret. Rolls out to the far point as they set up with the extra skater down to the corner. It gets away. Chased down by Garrett Lindberg. He tries to steer it out of the zone, and it comes right back to him. Here's a walk up the slot. The shot blocked away. Rebound blocked away, and Kai Weigel somehow managed to be in the right place at the right time to put a stop on a push-in try by the Red Knights.
Well, so as the Spuds try to pressure up high, catching the Red Knights in an awkward position, the Red Knights are able to fight it off well and keep the puck alive and pop one into the slot where they get a good shot. It sneaks through Kai. And Drew Stewart there, their leading scorer again for the Red Knights, right there, but the ref with a quicker whistle this time.
Face off to the near left side of Kai Weigel in the Moorhead zone, and it's drawn to the outer edge, and from there the look in by Gavin Reed. Sends it off to the far point. Here's a walk-in try, shot blocked up and away by Weigel, and off to the near side and out to center. Backpedaling his way, Gavin Reed picks it up and returns it. The Red Knights regroup out of their own end and send it near side. It bounces off the skates of Michael Risto. He has the game's lone score, and it's 1-0 Benilde-St. Margaret. From behind the net, it goes off to the far side, and the walk around comes all the way out to the near side, bounces off the boards where it's picked up by Colby Career. He turns and sends it up all the way down. Spuds make their change with 50 seconds remaining on their penalty, and here comes Benilde-St. Margaret. Drew Stewart has it picked off. Here's the walk up ice by Aaron Ryerson. He goes all the way down, he shoots, and it's blocked away. McElroy just enough on it to keep it away. Play comes out, Corton tries to go in. He wants to be in the right spot in case it pops loose. Meanwhile, Ryerson works his way behind the net. He goes down, Red Knights player goes down. Play continues on as Joe Corton picks it up and slides it this way. Out of the corner with 15 seconds to go on the Moorhead penalty. Bounced up against the board. Time-consuming play by the Spuds as the Red Knights line it up and send it quickly out. Joe Corton goes over and challenges the play, and it bounces near side, and that's going to take time off the clock. Moorhead is back at full strength, and they have worked off 2 penalties here in the opening period of play as the play comes out onto the near side. A bouncing puck away. Spuds are there to pick it up. It's 1-on-2, however. Rolling his way through comes Caleb Alderson. He tries to slide it ahead, and it's picked off, and here come the Red Knights. Mason Miner works his way down low and plays it behind the net. 6 minutes to go in the opening period, and it rolls off to the far side. Stick handling his way in and out of trouble. The play comes near side then for Jack Arnold. As he tossed it ahead, the play came in just offside, and as they touch up there, it stops the clock with 5:50 to go. The Red Knights holding a 1-0 advantage.
Well, the Red Knights have, throughout the season, have a pretty darn good power play percentage, but thus far the Spuds have, in 2 opportunities, have been able to frustrate them, and in particular that last one, I don't even know that the Red Knights gained the zone cleanly. Very nice job by the Spuds in their neutral zone, up ice, I guess you'd call it, defense of that penalty.
Down deep and in the near corner. Sent off to the far side. Brought back. Here's the walk-in by Maximos Wendt. Down low. Tipped away. Scrambled after. Spuds have players in vicinity. Can't clear the zone, however, and it's played off to the far side. It got away from Dalton Songstead and out to center ice. It comes back. Gavin Reed for the Red Knights. Dishes it ahead. They're onside. Spuds play it back. Arnold takes his walk up ice and lifts it and sends it all the way down. Rings out to the far side. Battle for it. Scramble after. The Spuds have a good attack on the play, but then have it poked away just at the last moment. And it rolls out of the corner all the way out to center and just ahead of Colin Baumgartner to the near side. Play returns rink wide as it's dished along the wall, and a long shot goes away, bouncing back near side. Picked up by the Spuds, and on the walk-in is Cullen Wilson. He goes down low, and the play goes off to the far corner. 4:42 to go. Opening period of play. It's 1-0 Benilde-St. Margaret. Kai Weigel out of the goal mouth sends one up hard off the glass, and then it's picked off. And then we got a hand pass involved on the play, and that'll stop the clock with 4:28 to go. 1-0 Benilde.
I didn't actually see the hand pass because I was still a little bit distracted by the official almost getting his head taken off by a Kai Weigel clearing attempt. He ducked out of the way, and it was one of those duck and hopes. Like, I hope it doesn't hit me, and it just went over the top of him.
Kai Weigel has already created a bit of a legacy for his ability to not just get the puck away from the goal mouth, but to clear the zone with his long passes. Face-off will be to the near side. In the Red Knight zone, Joe Corton steers it back out to the near point. Dish down low and in the corner, played there. From behind, Corton trails the play, sends it out on front, and it's deflected. Play continues now behind the net. The Spuds up on top. Cullen Wilson taking a poke at it. Now the play goes behind. Dalton Songstead had one lined up, and it just got deflected behind the net. Spuds pick it up in the corner. Here's a wind up and a pass down low. Corton had an effort. Play comes bounced away from there and back along the near side, and out it comes all the way. Dalton Songstead giving chase on it from Moorhead. He battles A.J. Ulrich for it. Off to the far side. Long play down low, out of the far corner, brought back near side. Up against the wall, it's touched out of the zone and picked up by Colby Creer. The return for Mason Kraft. His first touch this evening brings the play away as it comes back out to center ice for the Red Knights with 3:24 showing. Picked up and tapped and recovered. Moorhead on the transition. Now comes near side Jack Arnold. Had it pulled away, and it goes down deep into the corner where it's collected by Drew Stewart. Off to the far side it goes. And Drew Stewart taking a chance at it. Lost it out to the point. Moorhead with a windup and a shot behind the net. Comes back near side. A bouncing puck. Colby Creer steering it down from a jump. And it's picked up by the Spuds in the move in by Parker Gast. Deflected down low. A little momentum change here for the Spuds' favor. Here's a windup and a shot blocked and collected in. That is a save on goal. Just the second shot fired by the Spuds here in this opening period with 2:46 to go. The Red Knights have the lead.
You said it right, a shift in momentum. Two strong shifts put together by the Spuds with that Corton Ryerson Kraft line, and then doubled back with Gast and the crew there. Two really strong shifts and a couple of shots.
Wind up and a long shot sent on by Garrett Lindberg that just missed the goal mouth. It comes out on the near side, and the Spuds will try it again. And it's blocked away by McElroy. Up on top it goes. It's deflected, and he had another chance. And with that save, it comes bouncing out to the near side, picked up by Ben Norris. Long rink-wide pass. It comes floating in, and Kai Weigel steers it off to the far side before it's brought back down to the corner and then out to center ice. It's played by Carter Cullen. And to the near side it comes. Moorhead chasing it down with Garrett Lindberg. He sends it up. Here's the walk up by Brooks Cullen. He goes down low, sends the shot on. Rebound kicked out to the far side for Abe Carlson. Here's the rebound up in front. He scores!
It's going to be the first of his career for Brooks Cullen.
Brooks Cullen has had some opportunities through the first half of the season, but Brooks Cullen has put himself in the scoring column with the goal that ties the game.
We're going to start this one back 200 feet away on a wonderful look up the ice as Garrett Lindberg turned out of the corner and found Brooks Cullen up in the middle of the ice. Brooks works his way in, gets a nice hard low shot off where Abe Carlson scoops up the rebound, peels around and gives it back to Brooks out front. Congratulations, Brooks Cullen, on your first varsity goal.
And the play comes back up on a shot and a save by Kai Weigel. Oh, and that was a great play on both ends. The move in to get the shot attempt itself, and then the save by Weigel.
Great save by Kai Weigel there as the Red Knights get a little burr in their saddle after that goal, and they come in hard with a nice play to the net. Great save by Weigel. Little bit of desperation defending from Songstead. It draws a penalty on the Spuds, so the Knights will go back to the power play.
Third time in this period of play that the Spuds find themselves shorthanded. Play off to the far side, brought back from the near point. Michael Risto as they work it around the perimeter. Puck floats free, gathered in, looking up on top. Spuds come over and put a stick on it. That slows play down, and it comes back out to the point for Risto. On the near side, and it goes rink wide. They were intended to hook up high in the slot, but it got bounced away, and the Spuds are there to pick it up and send it out of the zone. 1:12 to go. 1-1 hockey game, first period. Dalton Songstead is called slashing. And with that, The play comes up on top. Looking to line it up, it's left for Cole Bumgarner of Benilde. He carries it down low. His shot got blocked away nicely. Colin Baumgartner, here's the windup and a shot. That one got lifted just a bit. Bounces off the back glass. Rebounded, comes out to the near side. Spuds with a good poke in on it by Garrett Lindbergh. He picks up his own deflection and carries it up. He'll head off. Play continues on. Down deep in the corner is Ian Ness. To the far corner, taken back now by Benilde. He slipped and fell, and recovering in time, Michael Risto. He seems to be everywhere here down the stretch. 16 seconds to go in the period. Play is come near side. Here's the walk across the line by Drew Stewart. Tapped out to the near side. They battle it up against the boards. Down low, and it's recovered. Here's the walk-in try, and it's covered up by Kai Weigel with 0.2 seconds remaining.
A good sustained effort from the Red Knights as the clock was winding down on the period to just get something towards the net, and it worked out as they were able to work it from the corner out front. The Spuds were there to defend it, but it still trickled in kind of funny on Weigel, but he covered it up just in time.
Well, see what can develop in less than half a second. And there's the horn. So the teams have skated evenly, and the score has been put up on the board evenly. After one period of play, it's Moorhead 1, Benilde-St. Margaret 1.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes, offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
With the advantage and age of our being able to communicate from here to there and everywhere, one of the greatest hockey players in Moorhead history, Mark Rice, he enjoys watching and listening in on how the Spuds are doing, and we appreciate his comments over the year on his take on how the Spuds are doing.
It seems like Mark Rice is everywhere. He's
is.
in the cloud right now. I feel
See,
like
now
he's
that
in the
opens up
building
another side of things here. If you're floating around up in the cloud way.
I'm not from that era. Yeah, no, always great to hear from Mark Rice, and always get the support from Lem. He's always watching. Big Spud fan, and as you mentioned, one of the greatest Spud players that there's
not
been.
only hockey players, but one of the great athletes of all time at Moorhead, because he was an outstanding football player, outstanding baseball player. Somehow managed to put skates on and not fall down.
Yeah. Yeah, but back then you could get away with that.
Hope you're enjoying our comments, Mark, at your expense. As we get ready to start the second period, 17 seconds remain on the Moorhead penalty. And that is another item that has changed dramatically here in this game, especially. Moorhead's power play opportunities really had not been a part of their offense. Meanwhile, their ability to kill penalties has certainly been a big factor in their defensive efforts.
Yeah. And the momentum, it's such a big momentum swinger for your team to be able to kill off those penalties. You don't want to keep running that risk. You don't want to go into the box too much and give that potent Red Knights power play too many more opportunities, but the Spuds have done a nice job. They still got 17 seconds to go on this third one. If they can kill that off and get back to work, I think they'll consider that a win right now.
Well, you mentioned the Red Knights' ability to score. They have a 31% completion range on their power play, and that's a high percentage.
That's a good percentage right there, and you can see why. They've got some very highly skilled players. I mentioned their top power play unit is 5 forwards, which is unusual. You see a lot with 4 at times, but this one has 5, one of which is a freshman, the Baumgartner kid running the point on their power play, and you could see why. He's a very skilled player up there.
We are underway to start the second period, all knotted up at 1 apiece, and in this second period, Moorhead attacks left to right as we look on. Chase down behind the net, Gavin Reed turns it around for Benilde-St. Margaret and heads up, and as he steps across the blue line, the time has run out on the Moorhead penalty, and the Spuds are at full strength as they toss it down low. And Dalton Songstead back on now and takes his spot defensively. It rolls around to the far side up on top. And the loose puck comes away. The Spuds head to the line as they skate in 3-on-2. They try to feed the pass ahead, but it's deflected down and it comes back out near side. Tapped ahead by Drew Sturdivant. Stewart tests it down low. Kept by Risto. Very effective line. Those players for Benilde-St. Margaret as they toss it up to the point and it escapes the zone. Comes rolling all the way back out, and Mason Miner turns it back near side for Mason Stenger. Down deep in the near corner, Joe Corton from Moorhead. Plays it back near side. Spuds track it down, and a backhand pass is picked off. Meanwhile, Weigel has to be alert, and he is able to turn it around, and the pass comes all the way out high in the slot. Return near side and out of the corner, sent down low. From behind the net, Corton had a stick on it, but only briefly, and then it comes back to him, and Corton feeds it out of the far wall. Pulled away, scrambled after it, comes bouncing high into the air, and it's gloved in by Kai Weigel. That forces a face-off. We are just underway in the second period, 1-1 we play.
A little bit of sloppiness from the Spuds coming out of their end. And again, you don't want to do that with the Red Knights, especially that top unit. And Drew Stewart almost able to convert that into good chance, but a good bit of defending there.
As play continues on, it comes out near side. All the way down. And off to the far side it plays. Comes rink wide. Benilde picking it up and sending it near side. Here's the walk-in. Down low at a backhand pass. Oh, he deflected that one right out in front and just did escape a shot try. Long pass out of the zone. That brings up icing. And you know what? I think that's our first icing call of the evening. There just has not been. No.
And that wasn't one of those classic, like, relieve the pressure icings. That was Mason Kraft seeing he had Ian Ness streaking up the far boards and didn't quite connect with it, but it was a good attempt to spring Ian Ness on a breakaway there.
Face off far left side of Kai Weigel. Puck is down and it's drawn to the corner where the Spuds are there to pick it up. Onto the near side for Abe Carlson and out to center ice, taken back. Mason Stenger slides his way in on goal, tries to backhand his way, and it's tipped away. Once again, we're seeing the absolute brilliant play of Kai Weigel in goal and his abilities to sense and make the play that is necessary to keep the puck away. Out on the near side, it is thrown down low. From behind the net, Weigel leaves it there, and it comes back near side along the wall. Picked up by Abe Carlson, and out to center ice, it goes rink wide. It comes floating all the way down, into the near side, taken back by the Red Knights. Down deep into the corner, Cullen Wilson had it for a moment. The shot went in. The backhand try up on top got swiped away. The return hit the pipe. It hit the pipe hard. And bounced back out now on the near side as Jack Arnold takes a look at it, and it's sent rink wide. The return goes down low, backed away, and it did not come out and go back in again. It stayed in. And on the return, it comes now onto the hands of Peter Geerton. Geertsen works his way down low. All the way behind. Out on the near side and out of the zone. It's one-on-one, tapped ahead by Mason Kraft down deep into the corner. And there's a whistle and a stop in play as Mason Kraft embroiled with Maceo Phillips. And that stops play, and we've got a face-off coming.
Yeah, Phillips.
And it looks like it will be a penalty on Benilde. Waiting for the signal to be given.
I think
2 minutes will be assessed to Maceo Phillips.
You got a roughing call, and he stepped up as Mason took that long lead pass from Ryerson up the ice, and Phillips had him lined up as Kraft kind of chipped the puck in behind him. Phillips finished off the play, and it maybe just a little too hard for the ref's liking. Maybe could have went interference or roughing there.
First time for the Spuds on the power play tonight. Joe Corton along the near wall, had it poked away. He goes down to chasing it out at the point, is kept alive by Aaron Ryerson. It throws it to the corner where Ian Ness out of the far side brings it back up and takes a look. Walking his way in, shooting up and away, and a glove save made by Mason McElroy. We haven't had a chance to call his name very often in such game situations, but Mason McElroy certainly has earned his keep.
Yeah, he's been in there making the saves he needs to make, and some of them have been pretty tough saves. Right there you got Mason Kraft, who's a lethal shooter. We heard Coach Ammerman talk about that. Got into a really prime shooting area. I don't know that Mason got everything he wanted on it, but still a good save by McElroy.
McElroy does not have impressive numbers. He's got steady numbers at 3.23 goals against and 87% saves. It's lifted up, and a bouncing puck comes all the way down. We've got a race for it, and the speed of both players getting there just at the same time, and the recovery up against the base of the net, and the Spuds are there to turn it around as they stick handle it out. Mason Kraft had it pulled away, then got it back and gives it to Joe Corton. He walks his way in from the corner. Centering pass got blocked away. Ian Nuss tracks it down and sends it up on top. 1 minute to go on the penalty. Moorhead on the power play. Here's the one-hand work by Aaron Ryerson down low. Here's a shot and a block and a kick away. It comes bouncing out all the way to center ice, and a nice save from Mason Kraft to keep it in play at center. Here's a play to the blue line. Joe Corton winds up, and it rolled off the tip of his skate, and it goes down low from behind the net. Parker Gast working a centering pass. There's a shot right there, and it's tipped away. I don't know that McElroy had a chance on that one, but it got hit on somebody along the way and deflected back out. Here's a touch in and a glove save made by McElroy. Spuds are trying desperately to get something on the board here with that extra skater.
Some good work on the power play for the Spuds, getting a couple of really good looks. And right there, we saw, Larry, you mentioned Kai Weigel being very alert to make the necessary play. McElroy did the same there. As a floater came in, he went out and attacked that puck and caught it out of the air before it could land and do any harm for the Red Knights.
Down deep into the corner where Benilde takes control and sends it out of the zone. Play continues on. From behind the net. Nearly pulled loose. And now the steal does take place, and a pass out on top, and a shot set on, steered up and away. Back along the near wall, then out to center, and it's turned around. From there, Kai Weigel leaves it, and it's picked up by Jack Arnold as Benilde has worked off the penalty, and they're back at full strength. Long shot from the near board, just scooped off the ice by Kai Weigel. He hangs on this time for the save and forces a face-off to his far side.
Well, there you go. Nice job by the Red Knights now turning the tables and killing off a Spuds power play. And especially at the end there, they really did a nice job up the ice to eliminate any last-second rush from the Spuds in the last 20 seconds of that power play.
11:28 remaining, second period. We're tied at 1. With play down, it comes out high in the point, and a glove save made by Weigel. A hard shot sent in by Mason Stenger that was gloved away. 11:24 remaining. Play is down. Steered off to the far side. Colin Baumgartner brought it to the near wall, sent rink wide in return, and it's Cullen Wilson on the way in. And as he got tied up in the corner, the puck works its way loose. Mason Stenger on his way in, steers it back out to the far side. Collision of players, they tumble down one upon the other, and comes bouncing out to the point. Wind up in a shot, steered up and gloved away. So once again, Kai Weigel forced into action here in the second period.
That was a nifty play by the Red Knights defender, Mason Miner, as he had an oncoming spot as he got a difficult puck coming at him. And he, almost like an infielder, played it with his glove but shot it up to his stick past the oncoming defender. It was a pretty nifty little play to get it around him and then get a good shot on Weigel.
With the puck down, it rolls down behind the net and steered Drew Stewart had it for a moment and reaching behind. He tries to take control of it there, but it's worked up against the boards, and it's a tangle of players there before it's worked loose. And then the bounce away. Stewart stays with it. He carries it all the way around to the far corner, then turns and shoots and sends it on, trying to pound one away. And a big collision there. And we'll see if there's anything more to it than that. Ryan Baird was walking his way in for the rebound when he took a good hard check from one of the Spuds players. And that stops play with 10:31 to go after Weigel had made the save.
Interesting situation there. It almost looked like the Spud defender, Songstad, and Weigel got tangled up as Kai's trying to cover the puck. Dalton was almost kind of in his way, but Colby Creer came in and cleaned the house a little bit there.
Get out of my kitchen.
Get out of the kitchen.
Play to the near side. Up against the wall and then recovered. Here's a wind-up and a shot, and it's blocked away. And once again, Weigel had to be on the lookout for that rebound. Play comes near side as Ian Ness brings it in, taps it back along the near side, and the recovery goes back. Here's a wind-up and a long pass bounced into the zone, taken back by Wes Berg of Benilde. A long pass out to center. The gathering in, and it's Ryan Baird that carries it down low. Here's a shot, lifted up and away. Bounced all the way to the far side where it's picked up by Gavin Reed for just a moment. The loose puck now is lifted up ahead against the wall and all the way down to the far corner. Rings it around, it comes all the way out near side. We've got a good look in on goal, dropping it back, and it's picked up. Here's Stewart circling his way around, playing for the puck, and it is under the glove and in the glove and under the body of Kai Weigel. Oh my.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of things here. This was a tremendous defensive play by Gavin Reed. About 3/4 of the way into his own zone, stops a rush and has the presence and an unusual play to wrap the puck all the way around behind up the ice to an open winger. He knew he had him up there, and that was a pass, even though it just looked like a wrap. But then Weigel with the presence to just that second effort to locate the puck is uncanny with him, and he's able to do so.
Off the face-off, Moorhead is there to pick it up. They take a hit. Joe Corton trying to put a stick on it. Finally, Garrett Lindberg picks it up and drops it back to the near corner. From there, the Spuds play it out and give it away. And play continues on. Long pass into the zone just ahead of Cam Kirshner. Brought out near side. Here's the walk-in right up on top, and that was blocked up in the air. That time, Weigel got a little help from his defense as it bounces out to the far point, and Mason Miner steers it down low. So, like we saw in the first period, a change in momentum here in the second period. After it was pretty well even up through the first few minutes, all of a sudden, Benilde-St. Margaret is owning the offensive zone. But no scoring yet, and it stays tied at 1. Here's Mason Kraft walking his way in. Stickhand on the far side. Shot just missed. Oh, my. Mason Kraft found a perfect spot for Aaron Ryerson, who thinks he would like to have that shot over again.
Wow. Such a good play on both parts there, and good. He got good wood on it, as we say, on the one-timer Ryerson did. I wonder if Coach Ammerman would like to have seen Mason shoot that one. That's a pretty good spot, but a nifty pass as well, and just a near miss for the Spuds.
Deep to the far corner in the Benilde zone. Back now near side for Drew Stewart. He's run off the play, and it goes behind the net. Caleb Koski there sends it out. Stick handling all the way down, walking his way in, and it's poked away nicely by Jack Arnold. He reached in and took the puck away, and the Spuds are on the return up ice to the far side. This one is lifted up. It bounces in towards goal. I'm not sure that McElroy realized that it was that close to him. It comes all the way back out to center. Off to the far side, walking in, shot blocked, it hit the pipe. Bouncing back out near side, and we go ice to ice. Out to the near side, it is Brooks Cullen. He stick handles it all the way down, and he'll head off as play continues now from the corner. Maceo Phillips comes out with a rink wide pass, and it's deflected away by Ian Ness. And play goes out of the far corner back to the near side where Kai Weigel puts it back into play. Long pass out of the zone. It comes all the way out. There'll be no icing on this one as it's spun back to the near side. 7.5 minutes to go. Second period of play. We're tied at 1. On the near side and looking. Played back up against the wall. Spuds keep it in the zone. Here's the turn and the look in by Caleb Alderson, and it spins behind the net. From there, picked up by the Red Knights and out to center ice. It's 2-on-2. A hurry-up rush down into the corner as they get it there. Westberg overskated just briefly. The Spuds have it, and they bring it out to center ice, and it's turned around by Ian Ness to the blue line. Here's the play to the far corner for Garrett Lindberg. He walked his way, and he picks up the rebound. He turns, he shoots, and a glove save right in front of the goal, and that keeps the game all tied up.
Nice bit of second and third efforts results in a grade A chance for Ian Ness there. Nice job by Garrett Lindberg to jump up and join that play. Keeping the puck alive down low. It frees it up for Ness, who curls towards the front of the net, and a really nice save for McElroy to come out and challenge that shot and get it with the glove.
Late change, Moorhead. Brooks Cullen standing in, or is that Joe Corton standing in? They wave A.J. Ulrich out, and play comes out to the Moorhead point. Here's a turn on a quick wrister that got deflected into the near corner. The loose puck picked up and sent out. Dalton Songstead feeds a rink wide shot, put on, blocked away, scrambled for. Here come the Red Knights. Along the near side and up ice comes Mason Stenger. He sends it off to the far side, and the shot right out in front got deflected away. Back it comes and off the near point. Mason Stenger turns it down low, and it came in on goal. I think it was gloved off the ice then by Kai Weigel, forcing the faceoff with 6:25 remaining. Shots have been at a premium here in the second period, and to this point, 14 shots on goal by the Red Knights, 10 shots on goal by the Spuds.
Right now the goaltenders are stealing the show because there's been really good chances both ways this period. It's been exciting, entertaining hockey right now.
To the near side. Aaron Ryerson walks his way. And we've got another penalty whistle down.
I didn't see it. It must have been behind the play. He's going to get a slashing call on Wendt. So I don't.
Maximos went for 2 minutes.
Ah, very efficient. Yeah, and the Spuds will go back to the power play. And we'll see. So far, the penalty kills have been winning these battles on both sides.
With the play down, sent up and out of the zone. That'll come floating all the way down. Kai Weigel, quick turnaround. The Spuds bring it out to center ice and ahead for Ian Ness. Tic-tac passing. Here comes Mason Kraft on his way down, shooting it on. Rebound up in front, shooting on, and a cover-up save from Mason McElroy.
Good burst of speed from Kraft. Good recognition from Ian Ness to get it to him when he had that speed and was able to get the edge and become a threat off the right edge. But McElroy came out not only to stop that first shot, but be right there for the rebound as well.
Tough loss yesterday for the Spud girls hockey team at Hill Murray. Come rebounding back and get a nice win today at St. Cloud, getting the victory there 4-1. Here's a play back down to the near side. And sent up. It's 2-on-1. Here's a wind up and a look, and a shot and a goal. Drew Stewart. As you might expect, their leading scorer, it was all alone on the way in, and somebody lost contain on him, and he wristed one in for the go-ahead goal.
Now this can happen when you're on a power play. Sometimes you don't expect a quick attack, especially off of a defensive or an offensive zone faceoff in this case for the Spuds. But the Red Knights had a set play there. It was a quick wrap to beat all of the Spuds players, and if one Red Knight in the middle of the ice can beat the rest of the Spuds up, they got an odd man rush, and that's exactly what happened. And then it's their leading scorer, and he made no doubt and buried that one off the back bar.
Shorthanded goal besides. Still a minute 24 remaining. Then on the penalty as the play comes in near side. 2-1. Benilde-St. Margaret has regained the lead here in the second period. Turnaround sent in by Aaron Ryerson all the way around behind the net. And for Drew Stewart, his 10th goal of the season. Here's the look in on a fan on a shot attempt. Loose puck comes way up on top and at the point return. Ryerson sends it down low. A little try by Corton that got deflected. Spuds bring it back out to the point. Wind up in a shot from there. This one is deflected into the netting. And back out into the ice, and that stops play now with 5:02 remaining. Second period play, 2-1 Benilde.
Not bad action there for the Spuds. Good zone time and control and good puck movement, getting a couple of looks in. McElroy right there. They may want to try to get a little bit more traffic and create a little chaos in front of McElroy.
Off the face-off, it is sent up and sent out. Kai Weigel carries it behind the net and leaves it. Facing the pressure, sent out on the near side. Here's the walk-up now by Parker Gast. He sails his way in, carries it all the way down. Centering pass got deflected off to the far side. And it rolls out of the zone. It comes all the way back up ice. 22 seconds left on the Benilde penalty. And here comes the look now by Moorhead. Perhaps their last chance here with the extra skater as they tap it ahead for Parker Gast. He miscommunicated with the play and it's set down low. The tap of the stick indicates, and it comes out to center, so that's going to bring teams back to full strength as a long pass deflected into the zone comes rolling in softly and steered away by McElroy. On the return, the Red Knights send it all the way out. Deflected comes rink wide. Here's the walk in and the drop pass. Here's the look in, the shot sent on, blocked away, trying to wrap it around, and it still continues on, and the Spuds are there out in front to pull it loose. Backhand pass near side out of the zone, steered ahead by Garrett Lindberg. Down deep in the corner. Rolling up, rolling it away. Steered back into play by Colin Baumgartner. And the Red Knights are there to take it back and send it out to center ice with 3:36 to go in the period. A long play ahead, tapped away, recovered, tapped away, and it comes right back. Spud steered off to the far side. It's 3-on-2. Odd man on the rush in, and it goes off to the far corner for Gavin Reed. Back now to the near side. The Spuds keep it in with a long pass deep into the far corner. From behind the net. Picked up by Maceo Phillips. Blocked ahead, deflected down, the centering pass nearly ahead, and he got a walk-in try. There's the shot and a goal. A block off one side, left the backside wide open. Simply put, Kai Weigel couldn't respond in time, although he knew where it was headed on the rebound, and it's 3-1.
Nice finish from Ben Norris of the Red Knights to go forehand, backhand, and elevate it quickly under the bar as he moved across Weigel's left to right. But really that started down with quick transition out of the Red Knights end, and they've been able to do this. Defense quickly get the puck up the ice to the Red Knights forwards and create odd man situations, and they took advantage of that again.
Play off to the far side as we resume. Joe Corton off to the far side, turns it up on top, and it's blocked away. Ricocheting off the glass, and it comes out. We got another race. Ben Norris gets the counter.
Great effort by the Red Knights, A.J. Ulrich, to race up the ice and try to gain the edge on Colby Creer, but equally met with Creer's effort to fend him off and just disrupt him enough to not do what he wanted to do against Weigel, and then Kai's right there for the save.
Ben Norris, third goal of the season. Man, say, the play comes in on goal, steered away by Weigel. Moorhead picking up the rebound. Here's Joe Corton. He sails his way in and had it poked away just as he headed in. Spuds were in the zone already as it trailed the play. That's offside, and that stops play with 2:20 to go. So it's 3-1 now for Benilde on the advantage, gaining some momentum here at the end of the second period.
Yeah, and in there again, Spuds narrowly avoiding another odd man opportunity as there's a turnover right near the blue line. So Red Knights doing a good job of clogging up that blue line area and trying to create turnovers there.
Off the face-off, dished out to center ice. Brought in by Stewart, sent off far side, all the way to the corner. Parker Gast rolls it up against the side of the net, and it is pulled down. And play stops there as the Spuds on a turnaround out of the far corner actually lost control in on the play. And the Red Knights and the Spuds battling it here. Time running short in the second period. 3-1. Benilde-St. Margaret has the advantage. Here's a play trying to pound it in, turn around, shot blocked, rebound, shot blocked to the near side. Spuds finally clearing the zone right out in front of the blue ice, and the play continues out to center. Off to the far side and played off the boards. Ian Ness takes it down to the corner, and from there played by Caleb Alderson, and it comes out of the zone and all the way out. Getting around in front of the play, Garrett Lindbergh steers it off to the side. The recovery comes right back up on top, a turn and a look, and it's picked loose, and the Spuds break out to center. It's one-on-one at the blue line. Parker Gass sidesteps and walks his way in, and it floats it in. The rebound floated in, and it got kicked away. All the way back up ice comes Mason Miner. And that shot got deflected up high. 1:07 to go in the period. Bounced up against the wall and back now near side. Down deep in the near corner. Played back out on the near side. Spuds take a look and will try to set up an offensive attack as they come in. Here's the look in by Caleb Alderson. The shot blocked. Rebound out in front. And a whistle stops play. We've got a penalty coming up. Or we've got a stop and play coming up.
A good build up on the rush there, starting with a good play from Jack Arnold to come up the ice and be a threat, drawing a forechecker to him. He makes a nice simple pass to Carlson, who then makes another simple chip to Alderson, who enters the zone and then finds a trailing Arnold, who had joined the play for that big one-timer from Jack.
Off the face-off, the Spuds get a shot on by Colby Creer, but it was way wide. And it bounces out to center ice. Spuds touch up on the play and turn it around. Down low. Here's the return on the near side, and it's nearly picked off. And on the return, it comes in with a shot, and Kai Weigel out to meet the play, deflecting it off his stick and up and out of play.
That's how fickle it is, too, on those up-ice passes where everyone looks like they're in position, but those Red Knights are clever with how they use the indirect pass off the wall and just get a little bit of an edge on a defender. And looked like he caught a toe pick, or the ice monster might have bit his ankle there, but he, fortunately for the Spuds, he went down, disrupting that potential breakaway.
21 seconds remaining in the period. To the near side and drop to the corner. Spuds, how aggressive will they be to get the play up ice? A long pass taken back by Gavin Reed of Benilde, and the quick return near side inside of 10 minutes to go. All the way down it goes. The centering pass comes all the way out of the zone, and it comes floating out, and that will take us into the locker rooms after 2 periods of play. That second period belonged to Benilde, and as they head to the locker room, it is Benilde-St. Margaret 3 and Moorhead 1.
Is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Well, once we turn the corner on the new year, everything is breaking loose. We've got basketball everywhere we turn. We've got hockey everywhere we turn. And Sam Walston, hard to imagine a better matchup to start the new year than this one we're watching here tonight.
Always a tough game, and it's always fun to play these guys. Play them every year. and it's always a decent matchup for both teams, and I think we're seeing it right now.
We're going to talk more about the game in progress, but your team showed some interesting developments here tonight too, getting to an overtime tie.
Overtime tie, and I thought, and after it all settled out, I thought we played pretty well. That was probably the best 3 periods we've put together this year against a tough team that plays us tough every single year. And I thought, other than a few mistakes, it was probably our best game.
What is the development has taken place? We've talked about this on occasion throughout the course of the season, but what development have you seen in the junior varsity team this year?
Kids just starting to, get into a routine, figuring out what they're doing on the ice, getting used to the pace of play. We're a month into it now, just developing and just getting better on the ice. We're on the ice we've practiced quite a bit lately, and just getting better at everything.
We take a look at this year's varsity team, and a lot of these players that we're watching this year, you were coaching last year.
Yeah, we've coached a lot of the kids. You look like a guy like Cullen Wilson, played a lot of time for us JV last year, 3rd and 4th line. Just can't find his way out of the lineup in varsity, which is good for him. He's doing very well. And then there's a lot of other guys too, but he's just the one I could think of.
Recently we heard John Ammerman talk about the development of this year's varsity team, and he particularly sighted in on Cullen Wilson and his growth.
And it's just him, Alderson, Abe Carlson, those guys they're working hard. They're getting stuff done, just going in the corners, just doing things the right way, and they're just getting rewarded for it.
How much effort of this comes from a result of being in the weight room?
A little bit. It's a little different thing we've got going this year with Mr. Musselman in our new weight program. He's got the guys in there every Monday and Wednesday, and he pushes them pretty hard with a message every single day, and it's been good. Been good for us.
That's an unusual name, isn't it, for the weight room,
right?
Muscle Man?
Yep.
So coming up now, this 3rd period, we've seen a kind of an ebb and flow of momentum in the game, but the 2nd period without a whole lot of discussion belonged to Benilde.
Yeah, the shots were, according to Coach Thompson, pretty even, and I thought it was a good period for us. They just, capitalized on their chances. Coach Thompson had 16 shots, and we had 11. They just had a good shorthanded play by, their best player, Drew Stewart. That's a missed kid. He made us pay for a mistake, and then, a 3-on-1 back where we stepped up on the puck. They were able to squeeze it by to the other side. Mr. Norris came in all alone.
What do you like about what the Spuds have done?
I think we've been playing pretty well. We just kind of shore some things up in the defensive end and just keep getting up and down the ice.
And we're in line for an interesting 3rd period, I think.
Absolutely.
I appreciate Sam Walster joining us during our 2nd intermission break as the Spuds and Red Knights battle it out here tonight at Moorhead Sports Center. We've got a news break coming your way as you listen to the Spuds and the Knights on 970 WDAY 93.1 FM. After 2 periods of play, it's Benilde-St. Margaret 3 and Moorhead 1.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Teams have made their way out of the locker rooms and around the ice as we get ready for the determining third period of hockey. Benilde-St. Margaret has a 3-1 lead, scoring 2 unanswered goals in the second period. And Rob Grammer, that's a tough road to climb, or tough hill to climb up when you're taking on a team the caliber of the Red Knights.
Yeah, it is, and the Spuds did get enough chances to come back from this. You don't know what the momentum swing of those late goals for the Red Knights would be. I thought the period was fairly evenly played in terms of chances, but the Red Knights took advantage of theirs and were able to get them in the net. So yes, it is a tough deficit to overcome, but I do feel like the Spuds have been able to generate enough chances to do it.
Sam Walston indicated the very same thing in our talk during the second period, that the chances were there, the game was there. It's just that the Benilde Red Knights were able to take advantage of their opportunities.
Well, I'm relieved that my observations are not that far off then.
Well, you still have to take into consideration, where they came from, but so we get going. We'll see how this one turns out. This is one of those instances where you almost hate to say it, but the next goal is going to go a long ways towards deciding how the end of the game is played. His rolls near side, and it's up against the wall. Ryan Baird with it for a moment, out to center ice. Spuds attacking right to left here in the third period as Aaron Ryerson goes down low and steers it back near side. Outlet pass now by the Red Knights. It's 2-on-2 at the blue line. The centering pass got deflected away. The Spuds are there to pick it up. And on the return, it is 3-on-2 at the line and came in just offside. And that stops play. The Spuds were dangerously close to breaking in on a good scoring opportunity, only to come in offside.
Well, and right prior to that, the Red Knights had come up the ice on a rush of their own, but some really strong Spud defending turned it right back, giving the Spuds their opportunity, but just not able to hold the line.
Just underway third period. Spuds are there to gain the faceoff and bounce it off the wall far side, and it's picked up. Spuds holding the zone, managing to get a stick on it and send it down deep where it's pulled back and put under control by Gavin Reed of Benilde-St. Margaret. Off to the far side, sent down low, rolling it in, and a cover-up save then by Kai Weigel, who has faced 23 shots prior to that save and recording 20 saves. Meanwhile, Mason McElroy has faced 18 shots and 17 saves. Face off to the far side of Kai Weigel. And his glove on top will force the face-off once again. Well, the pace to this, I don't know that this is such a pace that's helping to decide how the rest of the period is played. We won't know that until somebody knocks one in. Spuds gain it. Work it around near side. It rolls all the way out of the zone and out to center where it's picked up by Gavin Reed. Rink wide and a hard pass. Couldn't be caught, and then it's played right back out on the near side. Played off the wall, and here's Parker Gast on the way in. Tries to get a little step on the play, backhands it out on top. Shot goes down low, and it's blocked all the way to the far corner. From there, played back up out to center ice as the Spuds put a stick on it. Slowing play down, it's tipped away. Recovered by the Red Knights, and it's played off to the near side. And play goes down low, and here's a backhand try, but the Spuds get a stick on stick and prevent the shot attempt. Play on the near side now for Mason Stenger. His shot blocked away. Rebound comes out to center. The Spuds on the rush. Steering it down low. Play there as they try to get it away from Abe Carlson. And the Red Knights go behind the net to pick it up. 15:04. We are just underway third period. Moorhead and the Red Knights of Benilde-St. Margaret. Red Knights holding the 3-1 advantage. Play off to the far side. Drop back into the zone. Here's the return now by the Red Knights as they walk their way up ice. Wind up in a shot blocked away by Weigel. Play continues on as it's set out of the zone. Just back on the ice. It's played now near side. Wristed down low. Behind the net. Rolls away to the far side. So far we're playing catch between the sideboards. Off to the far side. Tapped away, and the Spuds are there to pick it up as Colin Baumgartner tracks it down. He looks up on top. His shot blocked off a stick and then picked up by Gavin Reed. Off to the far side, a long pass out of the zone. Colin Baumgartner of Moorhead there to get it, but he got sidestepped in his run off the play, and it rolls all the way behind the net, back now to the near side. Off the wall, here comes Aaron Ryerson on the way in. He tries to slide his way down low and had it poked away nicely, and it comes back now near side as the Red Knights regain control and bring it in. To the far side, a shot blocked. Stays in the zone, however. Moorhead there to track it down as Dalton Songstead plays it off. And Aaron Ryerson gives it back to Songstead, who tries to touch it ahead. And the Spuds getting a stick on it, but could not bring it under control, and it sent rink wide. The return comes near side. Tapped up against the wall. Down low it goes. Moorhead with a 2-on-1 break, and Ryerson's shot was lifted high and wide. The rebound out to the point. That one was high and wide. Bouncing all the way back down near side. It got away from Kraft. And it's brought near side and up against the wall. Kraft is there to take control for a moment. Then has it pulled away from him, and on the chase, Colby Creer picks it up, sends it off down low. Spuds are there to cover up on the play, and here comes Aaron Ryerson. Across the blue line, and then Ryerson sends on a shot that's blocked up and away by McElroy, and it comes near side. On the walk-in, Brian Baird. His shot blocked. Spuds defense covering up nicely. So it goes down to Mason Kraft. Had it pulled away from him, and it comes up high to the slot. Now walking his way, weaving his way, and the Spuds get a stick on the puck and pull it away. The bouncing puck comes clear near side. Stick goes flying, player goes flying, and Colin Baumgartner comes out without a stick.
Well, you like the jump and the step of Colin Baumgartner this period, both defending and jumping up the ice to try to create something for the Spuds. And right there, he draws a penalty with that effort as the Red Knights player. Looks like Berg got a little bit too much of the lumber on Baumgartner in the neutral zone there. You go off for slashing.
Fourth power play opportunity for the Spuds tonight. Trailing 3-1. Spuds have the face-off in their own end. And roll it down. Here's a look up on top before it's pushed back to the near side. Speed and quickness so much a factor as to how this game will be decided. Along the near side, Caleb Alderson walks his way in. Tried to pull the trigger on it, had it poked away. Loose puck rolls free and up. Jack Arnold will track it down. Out of the near corner, sets up behind the net. Here comes the rush now by the Spuds as they have the extra man. Play picked up by Parker Gast. Winds up and shoots it down low, blocked and behind the net. From there, the Spuds try to wrap it around, and it comes away loose and chased then into the far corner by Caleb Alderson. The return comes back up and all the way to the far side. The game will be evened up now as Jack Arnold tied up the defender and pulled him down to the ice. And that hooking call will put things even up on the ice now for the next minute and one.
Red Knights again show even when they're shorthanded, they're trying to create something as they clear the zone up ice with sending a guy into the neutral zone to get on that puck, and he makes a power move. I believe it was Koski making a power move around the edge, and Jack Arnold just some strong defending, got his stick tangled in there a little too much.
So that evens it up 4-on-4. And out of the far corner, it's lifted up but not cleared, and then it came down, and they say it did get out of the zone and back down in the zone, and that's offside. Pardon me. 56 seconds left on the Benilde penalty. 11:28 remaining in the third. 1:55. We're just underway in the Moorhead penalty to Jack Arnold. Backhanded off the far wall. Picked up by the Red Knights as they play it back now near side. Mason Miner gives it off to Mason Stenger. He weaves and wanders his way through a maze of traffic, carries it into the corner, and it's poked away loose and tracked down. Spuds have a stick on it. Red Knights have a stick on it, and it's poked out of the zone and back where the Red Knights are able to capture it and put it under wraps with 10:55 remaining in this third period. So we continue for the next 16 seconds to skate 4-on-4. On to the near side for Mason Miner. Spuds are there to steal it away. Outlet pass comes near side for Aaron Ryerson. He'll carry it high in the slot. His shot deflected away by Gavin Reed. Red Knights are at full strength. Just onto the ice, Wes Berg tracks it down and gathers it in on the far corner. Moorhead there to pull it away. Moorhead skating shorthanded. Out of the near corner. Play upended again, and it works all the way out to the far point. Stenger works it near side now for Reed. His hard shot hard off the glass. Rebounded away, and it comes to the near point for Reed. A long shot deflected halfway in and bounces behind the net. Weigel alertly making the stop. Here's another stop made by Weigel. Dish down behind the net and play there. Big collision behind the net. Let's see how this one works out as Colby Career continues to mix it up. Here's a shot blocked up and away. A lot of physical activity. Unfortunately, that's all it has been, is a lot of physical activity, nothing more than that.
You get one of those sequences where Weigel, the goaltender, loses his stick. Career, the defender, gives Weigel his stick, so he has something, and now he's left to defend with no stick. And frankly, I'm not sure Colby Career doesn't prefer it that way.
6 seconds remaining on the Moorhead penalty.
Heck of a job by Career, shorthanded, to just keep competing without a stick and physically trying to impact the game and knocking Red Knights to the ice, and eventually able to get a whistle for the Spuds.
9:39 remaining in the period. Caleb Koski stands in for the Red Knights. Faces off with Brooks Cullen. Time has run out on the penalty. Both teams are at full strength. Moorhead sets it up, defending as the play comes off the near wall and played to the point, picked up by Mason Stenger. As they work it out of the corner. Near side it goes, and it's lifted up and out. It got into the box, the scoring box, and just over the sailing head of Jim McFarland.
Yeah, Jimmy Mack undeterred, not going to impact his performance.
He's a professional.
I don't think Luke Lindbergh flinched. He went right, just skimmed his green hat, too.
I'm not sure he even knew it was there.
Doesn't even know.
Tell him later.
That's the quality we have on the off-ice officials down there. They're completely unaware of what's happening.
Lots of different ways of interpreting that little comment. Well, we're getting things straightened away. The face-off is scheduled to be to the near side of Kai Weigel, and play is down. Colin Baumgartner throws it behind the net where it's picked up by the Red Knights. Back out to the near point from Mason Stenger, and his shot is gloved away.
So quick shot from Stenger. He's had a very solid game for the Red Knights, both defending and with the puck. Very good skater and puck handler for the Red Knights.
We talked early on about the competition that both of these teams play. We took a look at Section 6 where the Red Knights are play. That could just as well be the state tournament field.
Yeah, Edina.
They're loaded.
Wayzata, yep. A lot of top 10 teams in that section every year.
Play rolls off to the far side. The Red Knights pick it up in the corner, bring it back out. Lost it high in the slot, deflected away. Far point sent in. Back now on the near side as they try to work their way loose. A backhand pass out, deflected and taken back by Mason Stenger of the Red Knights. Play off the wall. Moorhead mishandled it briefly. Now recover and head up. Here's a pass ahead for Mason Kraft. He winds up, drops it back. Joe Corton shoots, and it's wide. Bounced it near side. And a long pass out of the zone comes all the way up ice. And a rare icing call being whistled here with 8:12 to go in the third, and it stays 3-1 for the Red Knights over Moorhead.
Look for Colin Baumgartner still looking to have an impact on the end of this game. He creates an excellent opportunity there, but by what we call a center drive as he gets up in the play as a defenseman, gets across the blue line, drives the D off to the net, opening up some space for Corton, who just about gets a real strong grade A opportunity on net for the Spuds.
Off to the far side, the Red Knights pull it off the wall. Spuds are able to keep it on the blue line and in. Bouncing it near side for Ian Ness, tosses it corner to corner all the way to the far side. An outlet pass that just did get to the blue line, and the Spuds pick up a loose puck and put up a shot that is bounced up and away. Now try it again from down low. Parker Gass settling it in behind the net. Here comes the play out of the near corner. And as they set it up, a pull away by Michael Risto. He has the game's opening goal. And Red Knights lead at 3-1 as the Spuds on the return come up ice with Parker Gast throwing it in deep. Play comes back out near side, 7.5 minutes to go. Spuds pick it up, but have it taken away. And as they come out of the zone, that'll take off the offside, and play continues now on the near side. Spuds again taking a poke at it, trying to get it away from Ben Norris. And Norris sends it up on top. Here's a windup and a shot, bounce behind the net. They're trying another wraparound. Everything that Benilde is trying to accomplish on getting a goal centers in on the fact that it's at the goal mouth. Here comes a long pass up on the near side for Abe Carlson. He goes down, play continues on. Carlson back on his skates, chases it into the far corner, and from there it's lifted up and out of play.
A lot of pressure.
3-1.
Down in front of Weigel in his crease, and he's flopping around, doing everything he can, every body part in front of it to protect the goal mouth. The stick ends up in the net again, and somehow he's able to keep it out of the net and get the Spuds out of the zone and on the attack.
Time is running short on the Spuds with 6:40 and clock running, third period, trailing 3-1. Off it goes far side. Cullen Wilson collides, arm is up. Play will stop.
Just a delayed offsides. The Red Knights didn't see it or thought they had tagged up, and they hadn't.
Moorhead back in action again coming up. We'll have to check on the schedule. I thought I had that written down. My apologies. Chaska, meanwhile, lies on the schedule for Benilde-St. Margaret. Down it comes. Joe Corton wind up with a shot. Gloved away. That was a straight-on shot at Mason McElroy. Didn't seem to have a whole lot of difficulty pulling that one in.
No shot from an angle wide there. Not a bad idea as you're crossing the line and you got resources going to the front of that net. If you can get anything on the net now with traffic, it's a good idea here as they need to get 2 in the last 6 minutes.
Play is underway. And the near corner, Mason Miner. Long play out of the zone, gathered in. Here's the walk up by Drew Stewart. And pulled off the play, and it circles around to the far side. Long pass taken back at center ice. Spuds putting on some pressure. And it's quickly turned around. And from there, dished down deep into the corner before it's picked up by Ryan Baird. Deep into the corner, the Spuds reach in. Good job of poke checking that one away, and it comes out. Got away from Ian Ness as he was finessed off the play, and it's returned near side. Here's Ryan Baird. He winds up to shoot. Kai Weigel steers that one away. Approaching 30 shots on goal tonight for the Red Knights. Play to the near side. Players are on the ice. Sticks are on the ice. You know, we've had a few penalties here tonight, but they've all been slashing type penalties for maybe misdiagnosing the stick. Nothing has been allowed that has shown that we're going to go face to face with anybody.
Yeah, misdiagnosing the stick, I like that a lot. I think this penalty is really a result of the effort of Drew Stewart of the Red Knights. A second and third effort to fight off Career, and Career trying to defend him hard, just forced to grab on and go for a ride, and they get him for holding.
So 2 minutes for Colby Career, and once again the Red Knights have the power play. It's tapped loose to the far point. Here's Ben Norris. They set it up at the far point, and a pass out on top, deflected away by Garrett Lindbergh. Sent all the way down and played off to the side by McElroy. Inside of 5 minutes to go. Back now near side. Gathered in. Ben Norris circles it down low. Gathered in by Gavin Reed. He turns on the speed to get it away, and it's poked off. Here's a windup and a shot from a bit of a bad angle, but the shot on goal handled by Mason McElroy. And the Spuds are throwing whatever they can in the direction of McElroy.
Yeah, and you got to take some calculated risk at this point, which is exactly what Ryerson does, in applying some pressure up the ice on the Red Knights on their power play, creating a turnover, and then alertly finding Corton, who's able to turn and snap it to McElroy. But he's sharp right now on top of the crease, going to stop most of those.
Play goes into the corner with the Red Knights steering their way out of the area behind the net and out to center ice. Circling back. It's almost as though they're playing a delayed type of offense here with the lead and short time. 4:20 to go. Here's a walk up ice and another pipe hitter. It comes out to the far side. They'll wind up from there, and that one is blocked back into the corner. Spud's putting a stick on it from Colin Baumgartner. Back now on the near side, they roll it up against the wall. And out to the near point where it's pulled in by Ryan Baird. Rink wide it goes. Wind up from there, the shot sent on. Rebound into the corner, picked up by Drew Stewart. To the far side, and Stewart let it get away briefly. Spud's trying to recover in time, and they do as it comes out for Parker Gast. He turns it around and sends it all the way up ice, and a quick return. And that'll bring up icing.
Well, this will present an opportunity with 3:39 to go. Always critical is winning these faceoffs, but especially right now, and if the Spuds can drop a play, even though they're shorthanded, in this offensive zone faceoff opportunity, it could just spring a little something to breathe some life into this.
And we're at a point where you start looking at the clock and you start looking at your goaltender. At what point does he come off the ice? Still early in that regard, I suspect, with 11 seconds remaining on the Moorhead penalty and 3.5 minutes now showing in the third period. Moorhead trailing 3-1 as they turn it around in their own end. Moorhead is at full strength. Here's the walk across the blue line. Stick handling all the way to the near side. A collision in the near corner, and the Spuds pull it off the wall and head up. Here's Mason Kraft down deep, picked up by Garrett Lindbergh. Here's a shot right on, and that one was on the way in. And a quick sit down by Mason McElroy to keep the save.
That is the biggest save of the night for McElroy right there.
No doubt.
And what a great play. Colby Creer out of the box comes in and wants to make an impact here late in the game as the captain. Comes in, throws a big body check to free up a puck down in the end, and the Spuds jump on it. Lindbergh joins the rush, and a great hesitation play to find Ryerson in the slot, but McElroy's there.
Garrett Lindbergh to the far side. The play goes up against the wall. Corton goes in to challenge the play, and it comes about to center. And on the blue line and in. Here's a windup and a shot blocked away. The recovery, he can't find it, but the shot, the puck rather did go in, but the whistle had already blown. I think the net was away, and so that stops play, and we'll have a face-off.
And the Red Knights are going to argue their case that the puck was loose, and they're right, but it doesn't matter because the whistle had blown.
Whistle had blown, yep.
When the ref loses sight of the puck and blows the whistle, the play's dead. So a little bit of a fortunate break for the Spuds there to keep it at 2. Still plenty of time left here.
Face-off will be to the stick side, far side of Kai Weigel. Play is down, out to the far point. Both teams at full strength. Play goes down to the corner. Played along the near side. And up against the wall, it's pulled loose by Peter Geertsen. And a shot from the far side goes straight in on goal, and Kai Weigel hangs on to that one.
Nice job by Kai to get up there and play that shot. He had, I believe, Koski coming across his face, just kind of aggravating him, not interfering with him, but aggravating him enough to make it difficult. But Kai fights through it and is able to grab that puck.
Well, they've got a timeout called here by the Spuds. As you might expect, it is a strategy type of meeting at the far side as the Coach Kunka and Coach Ammerman gather their brains together and figure out what they might like to try to do. As 2:34 remaining, it's very difficult to put any kind of consistent effort together without getting a break somewhere along the way.
Yeah, and these face-offs present an opportunity for just that. You can create offense quickly. With every player on the ice is standing stationary, and if somebody doesn't react quickly enough off of a face-off, and you've got a play going, like the Red Knights caught the Spuds earlier in the game on a face-off play out of their own defensive zone that resulted in a goal. So the Spuds are looking to do the same. Unfortunately, the Red Knights are going to be coaching their guys to be aware of it and not give up anything cheap or free here. With a 2-goal lead, they're going to be playing pretty cautiously off of this face-off.
And you got to know that at some point, if the puck does clear and go down into the attack zone, that sixth skater will come onto the ice real soon.
And you almost wonder if that isn't the strategy on this timeout right now, is let's get control, get across the line, let's get the puck deep, and when we have control of it, get Weigel off so we can get that extra attacker. And
shots on goal are not that disparaging. 30-24. Taking a look at how that developed, it's basically since it was a 6-0 shots on goal early in the game, the two teams have shot evenly. But Benilde has been able to figure out a way to take advantage a couple of times by the opportunities that the game itself presented, and they've got the lead.
That's right. That's right, and that ends up being the difference right now. And still, again, plenty of time for the Spuds to counter, and you get one now, and all of a sudden 1-goal lead as any shot goes in.
Then you never know.
Then you never know.
Here we go. Joe Corton stands in for Moorhead. And on the face-off, it's drawn out to the far point. Benilde keeps it in the attack zone. Down low it goes behind the net. Gathered in, Drew Stewart giving chase on it. Battle for it there now. Wes Berg is along as he kind of takes a look at it and then has it poked away. He recovers. Stewart gets a stick on it, and so far everything that's going on is behind the net. He played out to the far side where the Spuds pull it free. Loose puck now out of the zone. It comes rink wide for Mason Kraft. He wanders his way in and sends it nearly rink wide, but it got deflected, and the loose puck picked up and sent out to center ice. And now we are inside of 2 minutes. The goaltender is off. Kai Weigel is at side ice. As the play continues, the Spuds looking to gain some kind of control as it comes near side. Meanwhile, Benilde-St. Margaret had a toss off the boards, and it's taken back by Moorhead. Near side it comes for Corton, 1:37 to go. Walk across the line, and Ryerson sends it in deep, spinning it around to the far side. From there, played up and out. It comes all the way down, and with that call, icing is made with 1:26 remaining.
This is interesting here. Look, I mean, both sides are a little tired. I wonder if Benilde is considering their timeout, depending on what personnel they want out there. But that, and there it is. I
was thinking that maybe they would not at this point wait until it was happened to get to be a 1-goal game before you take the timeout, but the timeout has been taken with 1:26 remaining. Holding a 3-1 lead. The face-off, if I got this right, is in their zone.
It is, yep, down to the left of McElroy. And whether Benilde wants to get the right personnel out there or just reset everyone's brain right now. Say we don't need anything crazy. We're up by 2. We just need to play conservatively and intelligently right now. And frankly, this timeout is an advantage for the Spuds because their top unit of guys they had out there were tired at that point. So they're going to take advantage of the rest, and Coach Hammerman's going to have a chance to drop his best play. And you see Weigel's not coming back on the ice, so they're going to leave the 6th attacker out there, and that's critical because if you don't get the play that you want to run off of this faceoff, you have the extra guy to get possession of the puck, which is very important right now.
When you think about drawing up the plays and drawing up the strategy and taking a look at what's being played, we've got to remember Ken Pauley, the head coach at Benilde-St. Margaret, he's been around a little while. He's got a pretty good idea.
Yeah, you're not going to trick him with anything. He's seen it. And he's just going to hope the kids are coached up enough on his side to execute in this situation and have their heads about them too, just to make smart plays. And then, if you're the Spuds, it's desperation time where you want to run your play here. And then after that, get possession, get traffic in front of McElroy and shots to that paint and create some chaos and see if you can't pop one in here and make it a party.
1:26 remaining. Face off, left side, far side of Mason McElroy, and the puck is down. Drawn out to the point. Near side it goes, one-timer, looking for the rebound. It stays behind the net. Played off to the far side. Here's the turn and the look, and now it's a breakaway. It's one-on-one, and a long pass is blocked away, and the Spuds reach back to take control. Circling back into his own end and being forced all the way wide. 1:04 to go. Long pass near side, Ian Ness. Goes into the corner with it, taken back by Mason Stenger. To the far side it rolls out, kept in the zone. A quick wrister sent in, and it's blocked away. Now we've got a race for it. The Spuds get a shot, and there's the empty net goal by Benilde-St. Margaret, as he just did get to the puck in time to toss it in with just 49 seconds remaining.
Well, that was Drew Stewart for the Red Knights, and we've talked about him throughout the night. It's his second goal tonight. He's their leading scorer. Their captain as a junior, and these types of players just have a knack for creating the turnover at the right time, and then just the pure effort to get up the ice and win that puck and then get it into the empty net. Is you see those kinds of guys do that stuff regularly, and that's why they're leading scorers and some of the top players around. So a great effort from Drew Stewart.
That brings Kai Weigel back in as he will protect his area. And clock is running down now. It's a 3-goal game. Off to the far side, it's deflected and tossed into the zone, spun out on the far side. For Drew Stewart, his second tonight, 11th on the season, 22nd point on the season. Off to the far side, counting down now from 27. A deflection on the way in, so that'll take care of icing, and it rolls off to the far side. As the Spuds turn and look up, they'll toss it near side. Brought up against the wall, tossed ahead. Jace Blythe had it for a moment, deflected away, picked up then by Carver Hasbargen, and they push it in on goal. A little extra pushing, a little extra shoving. Easton Lammers, too, is also involved in the play. These are players that are getting some crush time ice time.
Yep, nice to see Hasbargen, Blythe, Lammers out there. Aiden Dufault on defense, making a nice play defensively out there for the Spuds.
So as the clock runs down, the Red Knights have put this one in the win column. We'll recap tonight's game in just a moment. Our final score, Benilde-St. Margaret 4, Moorhead 1.